think it's going to be her secret weapon. Well, Courtney, Chris, thank you so much for joining us here on the Twilight Show. Right now, we're going to Rod Laver Arena for the women's final between Ash Barty and Danielle Collins.
Live around the grounds on 99.7 FM. Coming to you via the internet at ozopen.com. And in the palm of your hand with the official Australian Open smartphone app. Here's all the action from Centre Court.
It's been 44 long years since an Australian woman won the singles title at the Australian Open, and you join us on an evening that long wait could end, because Ash Barty, the top seed in the women's singles, takes to the court tonight in the women's singles final. The other equation is, could it be a first major singles title for Danielle Collins to spoil the party? The American is here to do just that. It's Ash Barty against Danielle Collins for the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup. That's what they're playing for, the 2022 Australian Open. It is a thrilling looking encounter. We have a packed Rod Laver Arena. Chris O'Neill, the woman who the last Australian to win this title in the singles, she's here tonight. She's had her hands on the trophy, walking it around the court. The stage is set. The players are about to come out on court. You could not have joined us at a better moment. Steve Pearce with you in commentary tonight on AO Radio as we consider whether it's going to be Barty and Australia's night or Collins and America's night. So who better to have alongside me in the commentary box than an American, Jill Cravens. Hello, Jill.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm extremely well. How could you not be being here tonight?
It's great.
What a wonderful, wonderful stage this is when you've got a huge crowd in here and something massive on the line.
I mean, the stadium is incredible right now. It is so crowded, and I know the amount of people allowed inside was increased just a day ago, which was very exciting news, and people took advantage of it because it is so packed in here, which is awesome. The atmosphere is going to be incredible.
It's electric right now as we wait for the players who are in the match call area. There's been so much talked about with this contest. We're only about 10 minutes or so away from the first ball being hit. What's going through Ash Barty's mind, do you think, as she walks down just behind the match call area, mask on, looking reasonably cool? She can't be, can she?
No, well, yes, I think she is, actually.
Really?
I mean, she said it after every post-match interview that she's just going out there and being herself. Obviously, there's going to be a few nerves, right. I can imagine, for both players, but Barty, to me in particular, has been talked about throughout this entire 2 weeks, that she's looked so calm and cool and just really just going about her business, playing her game, has really gone through the draw extremely
have you ever
easily.
seen anyone go through a draw more easily? It's been extraordinary.
It's amazing. And so I think she's not going to change anything. Her preparation's going to be the same. I mean, she's had some good lead-up matches coming into this final, obviously 4 Americans in a row, and all
not
of them,
that you're taking that personally.
No, I'm not taking it personally, but very similar game styles as well. A lot of power and pace off the ground, so she couldn't have been more prepared for this moment against Collins.
Let's look at their routes to the final. It's for Danielle Collins, it's been Dolhide, Konya, Towson, that was a good match, Mertens, Cornet, and finally Swiatek, probably her best match of the tournament.
Yeah, in the semis,
to this point. What have you made of Danielle Collins, and how many rounds ago did you think that she was a real chance to be walking out on this last Saturday of the tournament?
I don't know how many rounds ago that I thought. I mean, I think like the players, I mean, I was just kind of focused on the one match, but I commentated quite a few of her matches actually leading up to this final, and she You know, she was challenged a few times, been 3 sets a couple times, but I mean, she is such a competitor, an unbelievable competitor. So she never went away, obviously, and just is so feisty on the court, has some great spirit, great passion out there. And sometimes it's interesting because you'll watch her play and you know it's coming, but she holds that fire in for a few games, and then all of a sudden it bursts out, and that's what we like to see. That's when you know that she's in a really good place. So we're going to see that out here today. But what I've been unbelievably impressed with is how aggressive she's been. I mean, the reaction time off the return in particular has just been extraordinary, and she's just going after every single serve. Now the serves that she's faced, I think Barty's is a little bit different. I think she has a little bit more heavy spin on the serve, so it's going to be interesting to see how Collins handles that, but she's not going to change anything. She's going to be on top of that baseline trying to pressure Barty from the start. But she's hitting the ball a ton. It's just been incredible to watch.
We mentioned Collins' route to the final. For Barty, it's been, well, utter regulation, really. Serenko, Bronzetti, Georgi, all these names who we thought, maybe she's going to get challenged here. Anisimova, Pegula, Keys, they've all been absolutely dismissed.
I mean, we constantly said that, didn't we? Yeah, we were like, okay, this is going to be a tough one,
It's unreal, isn't it?
It's unreal.
So the third member of the commentary team who's going to be looking after all your messages as they come through this evening is with us now. Hi, Kate Kearns.
Good evening, Steve. How are you?
Extremely well. We're doing very well in the commentary box. How's the messaging looking, and what can we ask people? How do people get in touch with us tonight?
Well, it's looking incredibly busy, I have to say, and that's why I am up here ready and waiting for all of our listeners to send through all of their, well, I think that most of the emails coming through at the moment, Steve, are about some very nervous Australians.
Yes, well, there'll be a few
very
of them.
Excited but very nervous at the same time.
Yep. Well, we keep wanting to hear, so please, if you are a nervous Australian, do drop us a line. It might help you. It might be cathartic. Tell us why you're nervous. Tell us what you think's going to happen, what you hope is going to happen. But also, if you're living or if in the States, or if you're a supporter of Danielle Collins as the pair start to make their way down the corridor of champions, do drop us a line as well. And of course, if you're just a tennis fan, we really want to hear from you as well. Don't forget to put your name and where you live on that on the email, and they'll come right through to Kate, and we'll check in regularly or even frequently. Something my father always used to have a go at me about during the broadcast this evening as we bring that to you. So thanks, Kate. And as the pair walk down this famous corridor, they've already walked past the name of Chris O'Neill. Ash Barty, I'm sure, would have been eyes firmly on the floor as she walked past that. She doesn't need to be thinking about that. We're up to the Naomi Osakas of this world, which means we're right about ready to come out. So let's hear the players out onto court for this final with Brett Phillips. Standing ovation for Ash Barty. Let's hope that helps with her nerves.
I couldn't even hear him say her name. I didn't even hear him say her name.
What a moment. Is this a moment? Well, it's definitely a moment in sport worldwide and in Australian sport. It's a big moment for Ash Barty. It's a big moment for Danielle Collins, though, as well. Her first major singles final. She will be feeling this, although maybe some of the edge of her nerves could be taken off by the fact that the crowd is so engrossed in what happens with Barty.
I would be nervous with the trophy in the middle of staring at me in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wow, that could be mine.
That's what we're playing for.
That would make me nervous.
That's what we're playing for. All right, both women are at the net.
So this is Pauline. She's going to help us tonight. So ladies, same conditions as in previous rounds. Would you have any questions? No? After Face this way, please.
Okay, so we're just going through the formalities here with Mariana Velovic, who is our umpire for this evening, and now we're into the warm-up. The Daphne Eckers Memorial Trophy has been removed and will only reappear when it has got either Ashley Barty or Danielle Collins' name on it, and that is what is ahead of us 4 minutes away now from the start of this match. Jill, what
Yes.
do you expect is going to happen this evening?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I was prepared. I prepared myself
Good.
because I know exactly what Steve's going to ask me. So, yeah, many people have asked me to predict this match, and I do think it's going to go 3 sets. I think it's going to be a battle because I know that Ash Barty has gone through this tournament without dropping a set, obviously very easily, but I think we're going to see Collins come in full force, and she's just going to go after it. So I think she's going to come away with a set, but I'm going to go Barty in 3 sets. You were waiting for the end answer.
I was, and I'm annoyingly in exactly the same camp.
Why is it annoying?
Well, because
We're a team.
It's best to be yin and yang, isn't it?
It's best to be competitive. Well, I know. Well,
I want to say Collins, but I have to say Barty in 3. But I think
Yeah.
it's in Barty in 3 because I think at some stage, just this whole night might get to her a bit, and she might come off her level a bit, and Collins will pounce. Whether that's the first or the second set, I'm not sure. But I
Yeah, I'm
still
not
think
sure of that
Barty.
either. I didn't go into that
I still
detail.
think no. And is there for Barty? Does she change anything against Collins?
No, I don't think so. I think she's going to see how they start. I mean, I know they played each other a few times in the past, and I think she's going to see how Collins starts this match. I mean, I think she's going to be very aggressive, like I mentioned. I think the only thing Barty might change is certain patterns on her serve because of how aggressive Collins is off the return. I think she's going to use that body serve a little bit more.
Yep.
But I don't think she needs to change like the pace or change her game plan at all. She's going to use that slice, I think, which she should effectively, just to change up the variety on Collins because she loves that ball right into her racket, right into her strike zone.
Yep.
So I think we're going to see Barty using the slice quite a bit and trying to get it deep because Collins is right on the baseline.
Right
So
on the
trying,
baseline.
yeah.
Get it on a shoelace.
Yeah, exactly.
We're about 2 minutes away from the start. Kate, tell us where you're sitting on this, and also maybe give us a flavour of some of the correspondence.
Well, I think Collins in 3 sets tonight. I think we're going to have the upset.
Okay.
So I'm sorry to break the hearts of the
Oh, you're not
Australians.
breaking my heart.
No, not mine.
Jill. I just think the conditions here tonight and the Australian crowd will actually work in Danielle's favour. I think she wants to be up against it this evening. I think she wants the world to be hating her right now. I think that's exactly the condition that she's after here in this match, and I really think in terms of the last couple of matches she's been superb. She takes the ball beautifully early, is great off both wings, and her serve has been really good when she's needed it. So it breaks my heart to say it, but yes, I think Danielle could be
That's okay.
getting away with the trophy. Now,
That's
in terms
okay,
of the,
Kate. We don't necessarily have the influence over the match, so we can just...
you never know,
So we've got
Steve. I have huge influence, you know that.
two Barty, 1 Collins. So just give us a couple of messages before we get
Well,
going,
very
Kate.
quickly, from our own Nick McCarville, who says hello from the
Hey,
Winter
Nick.
Olympics in Beijing. Have loved the coverage. Curious what Barty's mental mindset is coming into the match. She's had so much pressure on her shoulders every Australian summer. Is something different in 2022? And also, she's missing, he's missing Jill's chocolates. Aren't we all?
Nick always gets some at the US Open, so we might have to wait a little bit. But that was nice. We missed Nick.
Lovely hearing from you,
Yeah.
Nick. Great to have you part of the team listening around the world. One more quick one.
And we've got Sarah from Brisbane. And all Sarah has to say is, go Ash. Thanks for the excellent coverage over the past 2 weeks, AO Radio.
That's a great interpretation of that message.
Love it.
Doing that all night long.
Thank you, Kate. We will check in with you frequently, most likely at the change of ends. And thanks for your messages. Do keep them coming through, and we'll get to as many as we can during this final. And if it is simply go Ash, or go Danielle, then that's okay. You can still do that, but if you can say what your name is and where you're from, that'd be great too.
Should I just quickly talk about?
Then.
Yeah, Nick says there's something different in 2022. I just think she's a lot more calm.
Yeah.
I think that's been the message that everyone's noticed is not as stressed this year, just really calm on the court.
All right, it's the women's singles final for 2022. It's Ash Barty, Danielle Collins. The Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup is there for the taking for one of these players, and we're ready to go. Ash Barty to serve, and she goes down the middle and serves beautifully, and Collins nets on the backhand, 15-love.
I don't even think you have to say the score. Everyone's going to know who won the point.
That's exactly right.
Oh, my goodness.
Be interesting to see the level of support for Danielle tonight inside the arena as Barty serves down the middle. This one's too long, though. The old heart must be pumping a bit. I know she's calmer, but this is a big moment starting off this final. Serves and aggressively Collins has a real swing at that backhand cross court, but she nets.
Yeah, that's that kick serve. I think Barty, she has one of the best kick serves on the tour, so it's just coming at Collins a little bit differently. It's really jumping off the court and jumping a little bit higher than her previous opponents.
30-love, Barty. Serves out wide and ace. Now that's tremendous serving from Ash Barty in this opening game. It's exactly what she needed for the settler here, and she's ready to serve at 40-love. That one is quite convincingly a fault. Looking for the wide serve, Collins in the black top, pearl black dress and the green shoes here. Onto this, makes her first return here. Jumping into the forehand is Barty, forced wide. Barty for the high slice, and it's long. And, yep, okay, there is a significant noise difference when Danielle wins a point. It's confirmed.
There were like 3 or 4 claps, I think I heard.
Jill, you might have to cut yourself a little hole in this window so you can add some cheers in. Wow. 40-15 here, Barty serving into the net, going down the middle. In the sort of newspaper dress and red shoes here, Barty with a white cap. That's a really aggressive backhand from Collins. She ripped that down the line. And Barty could only flail to get a racket on it, 40-30.
Yeah, that's what Collins has been doing. She's just been getting so aggressive. That time, I think she stepped even further inside the baseline. She gets around that backhand so well, creates good space for herself.
Took it early, didn't she?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Barty serves down the middle. Collins meets it with a forehand racket, and it goes into the net, low down, but still an interesting service game. Collins getting into that one. Barty holding 230, much to the delight of 99.72% of the crowd inside Rod Laver Arena tonight.
I think that was super accurate. Very good, Steve.
I had to include you and a couple of others.
And just Danielle Collins' support team in the box.
Right,
That's
yes.
about it.
Yep.
There's about 6 of us, maybe.
Can't see many stars and stripes.
No, I don't. I was looking.
Interesting. Still, it's been 44 years. Well, really 43 years and a few months, because I think the 78 tournament was played in December. But anyway, we'll go with 44, eh? Okay, so the win predictor is stating 75% in favour of Barty as Collins in the black dress, green shoes, black visors, strides to the baseline at the commentary box end of Rod Laver Arena. You can hear the ball bouncing. Let's see what her first service game is like. It'll just tick past 7:45 on this Saturday night. Collins long with the first serve. Second serve for Danielle Collins. Lands this, and it's Barty's turn to be aggressive with that forehand. Runs around her forehand again, clips the tape, still lands in. Well, that was a bit of a lucky moment for Ash, clipping the tape quite heavily and landing near the baseline.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the corner that she loves, is being in that backhand corner. She controls so many points from that and had enough pace on that where the let court helped her. It went over to the Collins side of the court.
Love 15 as Collins serves. Lands her first serve for the first time tonight. Big forehand, sprayed it wide. Did she look like it was just wide to me? No, it made it. Wide on the line. Wow. She must have not caught much of the line here. We'll get a little bit of a replay.
Wow.
Yeah, there was not much of that ball in, but there was some of it. And that's all you need. 15 all. So, good play. Possibly a bit too close to the line, but anyway, that's how Collins is going to play. Serves heavily out wide. Barty just gets a racket on this, but it doesn't even make it back to the service box. This is a good start from Danielle Collins.
Really good start. Yeah, I was just kind of zoning in on the look on her face. Very, very focused, Collins. This is exactly how she was at the beginning of the Swiatek match as well in the semis.
Could be in for a good one here. Let's see what Collins does here. Still got to hold here in the opening game and make that statement to Barty down the far end and make the statement to the crowd as well. 30-15. Serve, sliced back by Barty. Cross court on the backhand from Collins. That's long from the Australian. Floated that too long.
Now, I do have to say, I know we're talking about Barty needing to use the slice, which I think is a great play, but Collins does handle it extremely well on the backhand side in particular. So I think we're going to start seeing Barty maybe use that slice down to the forehand of Collins just to push her in that direction, to pressure that side.
40-15, Collins. Serves out wide. That's great stuff from the American. That is a really impressive service game. Her first major singles final, and she has come out and delivered an outstanding service game for one game all.
Yeah, I think that was an important game too. The very first game, just to get on board is so important. Just to, if there are nerves, just to settle those nerves in your first Grand Slam final. That always helps a little bit just to get that first game under your belt.
Okay, so a huge applause because Barty is coming to the baseline to serve down the far end at one game all in the opening set of the women's final. Serves into the net, the Australian. Roof open on Rod Laver Arena and a bit of a cloudy evening and quite cool as Collins that time just jumps at that backhand, tried to take it again very early inside the baseline, put it in the net.
Yeah, I mean, she just rushes forward. I mean, her return stance to begin with is maybe only a couple inches behind the baseline, but then from the split step, she goes 2 or 3 feet inside the baseline.
Wow, that's great serving. Ace out wide from Barty, right in the corner of the service box. 176.
Yeah, she's got great accuracy.
She hasn't got a lot of weaknesses, really.
No.
No.
I can't think of any.
There must be something. It's not the serve. Ace down the middle. Wow. That's great stuff. 181 down the middle, generating a fair bit of pace as well, Ash Barty. As she moves out to 40 love, making her own statement here on serve. Good start to this women's final. Barty serves. Collins aggressively with the backhand. Barty meets that with her own forehand. That's a short ball from Collins. Brings Barty in, and it's long on the forehand as she looked to approach the net.
Collins getting a little bit lucky on that one. She mishit that forehand, so it just kind of slowly rolled over the net. But Barty, I think that off-pace shot just caught her by surprise. Still 40-15 for Ash.
Barty to serve. Serves out wide. Collins gets onto this, but lands it near the ball kids at the net rather than over the net. She grabs her towel. Barty strides to her chair. It's a really high-quality start to this women's final. We're on serve with Collins to serve next at 1-2.
Yeah, great start. I think both serving really well. I think it's going to be interesting as this match progresses, the serve in particular, because I do think Barty has a little bit of a stronger serve overall as far as just consistency and getting that first serve in. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if that puts pressure on Collins throughout that first set, because Collins' serve is going to be really important in this match, the first serve percentage.
Kate?
Steve, we've got an email from Safe saying, howdy, Kate, Jill and Steve. Looking forward to enjoying this match in your lovely company.
Oh,
thank you very much.
That's lovely.
I'm tuning in from the Netherlands, but as someone who was living in the DMV area, Maryland, Virginia, until last month, I'm rooting for Danielle Collins. I think Barty can take it in 2 sets, but if it goes 3, my girl will come away with the title.
Ah, okay. That's a different view.
Yeah,
the 3-set Collins, but that's on your train, isn't it, Kate?
Kate, was yours 3 sets or 2 sets?
Mine was 3.
Yours is 3 too, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Safe and I, we're sort of, on the same well, we feel that that's the way the match is going to go this evening. Now, Felicity from Heidelberg says that, actually, I kind of support Ash, but her way to the final was way too smooth for my taste. And, of course, I'd love to listen to you guys with 3 sets, not 2 quick ones.
Let's see
and
what...
I think that's where we're going.
Thanks, Kate. Let's see what unfolds as Collins is ready to serve down the far end at 1-2. And does so. Onto the forehand, just defensively back from Barty. Forehand also from Collins. Backhands low over the net from both players. There's the slice from Barty. Cross court. Low over the net again from Collins. She handled that well. Opens up with the forehand. Put that wide into the tram lines, though. Love 15.
Yeah, that's the direction that I was thinking Barty was going to go, is changing that slice. She did one to the backhand side and then mixed it right to the forehand. Got the unforced error. That's just a tougher shot to control for Collins when it's sliced to that forehand side.
Collins ready and serves. Lands the first serve, just sliced back by Barty. Collins unloads on a backhand, defensively back on the slice. Opposite corner from Collins. Sliced forehand from Barty. Other corner from Collins with the backhand. That's great stuff from the American.
Yeah, she got so nice and low with the legs there, Collins, because that slice was not coming up at all, and just did a good job of staying balanced. Got those legs nice and low, accelerated through the backhands.
She's not... her aim is obviously not to let Barty dictate here.
Yeah.
If the slice comes, she's still going to hit it hard. She's got to get down to play it. And could be difficult to control sometimes, but she's going to keep playing her shots. That looks to be what she's thinking.
That's exactly right. Yeah, no, she likes having the points on her racket, Collins.
Barty right on the baseline to receive this and just jumped into that forehand, hit it halfway up the net. And Collins recovers to 30-15.
She just likes being in control of all the rallies, Collins. That's why she stays up on that baseline. She doesn't want to get pushed back.
Iga Swiatek said it's the fastest balls that she's ever faced in a match. She's only been around a few years, but still.
No, she's played
won
all
the French Open.
She's played all the top players, yeah.
Collins serves down the middle. Barty does well to get this forehand back, and Collins unleashes with a venomous backhand. And Barty wasn't ready for that. Couldn't get down and back into position to play that. 40-15.
Her backhand is just amazing, Collins. I mean, you rarely see her make a mistake, and it is one of the fastest I've seen, probably, but the depth as well that she gets on that side is just really good.
Points here for 2-all in the first set. Serves down the middle, misses this one. Barty calmly knocks that back to the ball kid at the net very generously and accurately. Few ball bounces for the American. Now she's ready with the second serve. Lands this onto the forehand racket of Barty, and here's another forehand from the Australian. Collins takes it back in the opposite corner and gets the dead net cord and apologises immediately. But that's a good way to take the game and keep the pressure on the Australian, the favourite for this title, the top seed, a home player trying to break this 44-year-old drought since Chris O'Neill took the title on grass a couple of miles down the road at Kooyong all those years ago. Ash Barty's trying to end that, but she's not getting the dominating start that she's had in many of her matches. 2 games all on AO Radio, live from Melbourne. Jill Krabis and Steve Pearce with you, along with Kate Kearns, as Barty gets this 5th game underway. Serves here, Collins aggressively back with the backhand, forcing Barty back, backpedaling, trying to play that forehand. And her weight and movement was all wrong for that shot. Love 15.
Yeah, that ball right down the center of the court. And again, it comes back so fast. Barty didn't have a chance to get out of the way.
Barty then ready, serving at love 15. The sliced forehand lands just out from Collins. Good serve.
I mean, I know Barty knows this, but she's got to hit a lot more serves probably to the forehand side, especially even second serves, because so often the second serve, majority of the time, does naturally go to the backhand. But I think we're going to see Barty start to mix that up, that second serve, more.
Barty serves, tries the out wide serve here, but missed it by a fair way before it cannoned into Pete's Rolex clock. Presume he's going to get that one. Barty serves, a really aggressive forehand from Collins. but goes into the net. She's not backing off here, but Barty back out to 30-15.
Yeah, and both of those serves obviously targeting the forehand on that one. Barty, the Collins forehand.
Barty serves out wide, sliced back by Collins, open court for Barty, doesn't get it away the first time, defensive log goes up, but the calmest of overheads from Ash Barty puts it away at the net for 40-15.
It's just great movement forward from Barty. Saw the short return, very quickly got up and hit beautiful cross court right into the corner to set up that overhead. It's really well done.
Serving right in front of us here, Ash Barty into the net. Second serve, aggressively back on the backhand by Collins. Here comes another one, taking Barty down into her own backhand corner. She sliced as well. Forehand from Collins, again the slice from Barty. Opposite side now, Barty meets that with a forehand. Really big backhand from Collins. Cross court, right in the corner, clean winner. And
Yeah.
Jill spotted a flag.
I did. I spotted an American flag. Came out of nowhere all of a sudden.
Looks a bit sheepish. Quickly hold it up, get it down.
It's
before you
there.
wanna-
It's there. I know.
Love it. Barty here serving into the net at 40-30. It's a bit like one of those big away games in American football, isn't it? When there's not many away supporters. You're like,
Yeah, I know.
serving here, Barty aggressively on the backhand again from Collins. Slice from Barty, pushing her back near the baseline. Collins making these ground strokes count. Barty's there to play the forehand, but only can put it into the net. And Collins gets this back to Juice.
Yeah, great movement from Collins and opened the court so well in that point.
And the American is pushing here for a break. Barty serving at Juice, down the middle. Backhand's good from Collins again. The slice from Barty onto the forehand of Collins. There's the big forehand from Barty. It's covered off well by Collins. Collins goes with another forehand, taking it onto the forehand of Barty, who goes cross court. Collins with the slice forehand to stay in it. Up the line, Barty. She's overhit it by a long way. That was tight. And here's a break point for Danielle Collins.
Yeah, she really pulled off that forehand. That was surprising. I thought she was going to accelerate through. It was a good get from Collins, but that forehand slice just stayed so low.
Break point for the American for the first break of the match. Barty serves into the net. She'll get a look at a second serve. She won't hold back on this reply,
No.
you would think.
Definitely not.
What does Barty do? She lands it in. Backhand comes right back at her from Collins. Opposite corner. Oh, the inside in forehand near the sideline from Barty. That's gutsy play.
Talk about no panic. I mean, that was such an aggressive return from Collins right down the center, and Barty just such good hands at the baseline, just flicked it cross court. Good control.
Danielle didn't look delighted with that. Juice. Forehand from Collins. She really went for that cross court. Didn't miss it by much, but it was into the doubles alley, and Barty has a point here for a 3-2 lead, having seen off a break point. Collins has given notice that she is going to attack the Barty serve tonight, and she's here to play.
Yes.
Barty serves, an ace out wide, and she does see off her first real challenge on serve. It's Ash Barty by 3-2 on serve in the opening set of the women's final against Danielle Collins. You're on AO Radio with Steve Pearce and Jill Gradis.
Well, I mean, that's what we were talking about, the calmness of Barty. I mean, there was no panic at all over that break point because Collins, as we know, she's just going to go after everything. I mean, that's no secret. But Barty did a good job of just staying calm and great serving at the end to
Really,
hold.
really good
Yeah.
serving. That was such a gutsy forehand,
Yeah.
though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Inside in, short, right near the sideline. That's the way to see it off. Kate, how are you seeing things up there on the message computer?
Well, we've got a few nervous Nellies listening in tonight. Dorothy's listening from France. Thank you so much for the quality of the comments all throughout this tournament. It's the first time I've been able to follow the AO properly, and I'm loving it. Go Ash. And we have Scott. And Scott's got no mates. Me and Dad are listening from a small village in Scotland. We have a power cut, so we're on the laptop. But is loving AO Radio. That's one way to find us, isn't it?
That's an excellent thinking from, was it Scott in Scotland?
Scott in Scotland, bless. And Bob Craig, he says it's great to hear Gator great Jill Cravis' commentary during the women's final with St. Petersburg's Danielle Collins.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Bob from Florida.
Beautifully done. We do love working with you, Jill.
I love working with all of you guys. It's a love fest.
There's no love fest out on court because Danielle Collins is attacking and pushing Ash Barty, but we're on serve at the moment in the women's final. It's 2-3, Collins to serve right in front of us here. Misses this by what you would term a country mile.
That was a big miss on the first serve, yeah.
Closer to the baseline and well into the doubles alley. 2-3, second serve. This sits up. Ash Barty doesn't really have a go at it. Gives a short ball to Collins. In fact, then into the opposite flank. That was beautifully placed by Barty, that forehand. And skidding to try to play the backhand. Collins just couldn't get the elevation.
She was on the full stretch there, and she had to go for the slice. It was a good move from Barty, too, because Barty was sneaking into the net on that, and I think Collins could sense that.
Was right on the line. Danielle Collins just having an exchange with the chair umpire, Mariana Velovic. About what? We're not sure. Collins serves, but again misses her first serve. Played 20 minutes on centre. Serves, this time down the middle. Nice accurate second serve there and landing that near the baseline. Collins. Barty just pushing a little bit hard with that forehand. It was only a few inches out, but it was out. 15 all.
I mean, even with the depth that Barty's bringing, I mean, Collins is half falling off the ground. I mean, they were just
that was a 16th
showing,
of an inch.
What?
That was a 16th. I think it's what Pete would call a quadruple zoomer.
I haven't heard that. He said triple zoomer over and over again.
Oh, we'll give him a quadruple. Sliced forehand there from Barty, and then forehand from Collins into the opposite side. Then she tried to switch Barty around into her forehand corner, but found the net, Collins. So there's just a window of opportunity here for Ash Barty. 2-3, 15-30.
But Barty changed that up. She actually didn't go for the slice on the backhand. She came over that ball, topspin backhand, just got Collins out of rhythm.
Collins serves, makes the first serve. Good return from Barty. Collins goes right back at her. Barty repels it with her own backhand. Here comes another flat backhand from her. Collins really aggressively on the backhand, dug out by Ash Barty. Then Barty goes with the drop shot, bringing Collins in. Collins just controls this. The lob was there for Barty, but she mishit it off the racket and it flew long and wide.
It's so hard to control that lob when Collins is bringing such pace and depth to that. I mean, she got a lot of pace on that forehand, and if Barty had a little bit extra time, she likes going down the line on that passing shot, but it was just too aggressive from Collins.
Russell Crowe amongst those in the crowd, the actor, as Danielle Collins serves. Barty gets the slice back here. Collins low over the net with the backhand. Barty takes her into the opposite corner, gets the short ball she wanted and hammers it away at the net for a break point for the Australian.
Again, just great depth from Barty. Got in such good position with that depth and doesn't hesitate to move forward. I mean, on the full run, she notices Collins is in trouble.
Well, is this the moment for Ash Barty to break through? 2-3, 30-40. It's the first break point of the night for Ash Barty. Serves here, Collins misses the first serve. All is hush here as Collins tries to see off this break point with the second serve. It's a double fault. And Barty breaks in the women's final and leads by 4 games to 2.
That was a big miss on the serve there from Collins. I mean, she just really guided that second serve into play and missed it by a couple feet. Good pressure building here. Barty doing a good job. I mean, it's always tough, I think, when you have a break point in the previous game and you can't convert it and then all of a sudden have to come out and serve, just knowing that you had that break chance.
Yep. But it's got to be put out of the head now. All that's happened in the last 10 minutes for Danielle Collins as Barty aces her down the middle. That's not going to help.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Barty, she has been hitting some big serves, but her accuracy, I feel like, is what has improved so significantly.
182 that last one, but it was incredibly accurate down the middle. What does she do here? Serves out wide. Collins has a real go at this on the backhand, but found the net cord, and it came back on her side on that occasion.
That was the first time I actually saw her wait on the ball on the return. Collins didn't move up on the baseline, didn't move into that ball, just kind of waited on that return.
30 love. Barty hoping to open up a 5-2 lead in this opening set. Serves here. Forehand this time into the net from Collins again. And this is the perfect situation for Ash Barty. The break of serve. And now 40 love to follow up as she tries to consolidate. Barty serves, finds the net this time. Second serve, clips the tape and flies well long. But if you're going to double full,
do it at 40 love.
Correct.
If you're going to.
If you insist on it.
Yes.
Okay, 40-15. No immediate concerns here for Barty. Misses that by a fair way as well. It cannons off the back wall. The ball kid having to run all the way to the baseline to pick that up. Now Collins advances on the baseline to receive here. Aggressively goes after this backhand. It was there for her, but she found the tape again, as she did with all her other ground strokes in that game. And Barty holds and leads by 5 games to 2. It's just the one break of serve, but Collins will have to serve next to stay in this opening set.
Yeah, it just seems like Collins has gotten off her rhythm on the return, and I think that's what we spoke about at the beginning before the match started, is how well Barty's serving, and it's a different kind of spin on the serve. So I think Collins has to get used to that. I don't think she's quite gotten that rhythm yet. I think she'll probably get a little bit of a push here in the next couple games, but so far Barty's serve just very, very effective.
It's been highly effective, and she's looked calm out there. After the first couple of games, she looks like she's really worked her way into this, but such is the occasion, I'm sure it's actually never going to be a particularly calm night for her. Kate, we've got a couple more messages there?
We do. We've got one from Ged. He says, "Hi all, I'm not a regular tennis follower, but may I say how much I've enjoyed AO Radio over the fortnight." And yes, you may say that, Ged, over and over again. Many thanks to all the crew, commentators and tech staff. I'm no expert, but I've been impressed by the battling attitudes of Collins. On the other hand, Barty has looked very smooth on her journey to the final. I'm completely neutral, so just looking forward to this great final.
All right. Thanks, Kate. Kate Kearns there. Keeping an eye on all your messages. Do keep them coming through. Jill Crabus and Steve Pearce with you in the commentary box. And it's Danielle Collins with new balls serving to stay in the opening set here against Ash Barty in the 2022 Women's Singles Final. On AO Radio, right around the world. Great having your company. Here goes Collins with the second serve. And it's a double fault, and she is struggling right now.
She is, yeah. She somehow just lost her focus, her concentration. She did look up in the stands a couple times, didn't look happy about something, but has lost her focus a little bit, Collins.
Serves here, gets this one in though. Barty gives her the ball that she does want, and Collins puts away the inside-out forehand deep into the corner. Nicely done. She must hold here. She can't be having Barty serving first in the second set. Collins serves. Forehand response from Barty is just safe. Into the opposite corner. Slice at the net. Collins really aggressively. That's good play. It was a good volley. Barty couldn't return it.
That's a great move from Collins, because if she can incorporate that net play and continue to come forward when she sees Barty go for that slice, I mean, she got the perfect volley on top of the net. I think that's a good play for her.
Yeah, I agree. Don't stay back and just wait to be out-sliced. Sliced and diced. Yeah. That's no fun. Get to the net, make some things happen. 30-15, 2-5. Lands this in, slices from Barty, flattened out on the backhand by Collins, opposite corner on the run. She makes the forehand, missed-hit it a bit. Barty opens up for the inside-out forehand, and such precision from Barty. Collins unable to get that one back. 30 all.
Yeah, there was a moment there I didn't think Barty was going to get around that ball. I mean, she looked like she decided late to run around that forehand, but controlled it so well. One of the best shots, her inside-out forehand.
She's 2 points from the opening set and one hand on the trophy. Not there yet. 30 all. Collins serves into the net. 2-5. Second serve here for the American. She lands it in. Barty with the forehand. Lands very deep. Collins handles it with the backhand. Onto the forehand. Goes back into Barty's forehand corner. Stays on that same angle. Barty nets a regulation forehand really for her. And Collins has the opportunity here to make it 3-5. 40-30.
Well, it did come back pretty fast, and Collins went behind Barty in that shot, so she just got a little bit stuck leaning to her left on that last forehand.
At 40-30 then, Danielle Collins serves an ace. That's good stuff. You can hear the roar from the crowd.
American flag slowly rising and going down again.
Well, I can see some stars and about 2 stripes. That'll do us for now. As it is, Barty's going to serve for it here at 5-3. And it is great. Well, however you're listening to us through the Vision Australia network, through ESPN, Sirius XM, and on AO Radio. Here's Ash Barty serving for the first set here in a packed Rod Laver Arena. The Australian serves onto the backhand of Collins. The slice from Barty is really low. Great forehand taking Barty out wide from Collins. But Barty showing her defensive skills. And it's sprayed into the... Who's that? Josh Eagle, isn't it? In the in the sort of commentators section. Renee Stubbs is over there as well, the courtside commentators. It was a great take from
And Barty was
Josh
laughing.
well.
She was smiling about it.
Barbara Shett, his wife there as well, the former player. All commentating for different networks, of course. Barty here, 5-3, 15 love. And on to the return was Collins with the backhand aggressively. There's another one right back at Barty, who opens up with that forehand again. Collins does really well to stay in the point. Barty has this up the line. Beautifully done from the Queenslander. Puts away the forehand.
I mean, it's just such a good combination for Barty, that deep slice, and then it is so hard to get that ball cross-court off the slice, so it just sets up Barty's forehand perfectly.
30 love, 5-3. Barty serves. A fault. And that was almost caught by the umpire. Mariana unable to repeat Josh's heroics. Serving here. Barty gets the good serve in out wide. And Collins stretching to play the forehand. Yanks it across the court. Out. And it is 3 set points for Ashley Barty.
Very excited, Steve.
It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
It is very exciting.
Barty then at 40 love for the opening set. Serves. An ace! Of course she does. That's an outstanding set of tennis from Ash Barty. Danielle Collins threw just about all she could at her. But it's still Ash Barty who takes it in 32 minutes and leads by 6 games to 3. Jill, I'm going to jump out to a few words from you and then some messages from Kate, and Chris Bowers is going to come in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just think the first set, it was such a close 4 or 5 games, and then, you know, Collins had a break point chance, wasn't able to convert, and from that point on, I just feel like Barty handled the pressure so well, saving those break points, serving extremely well, and from that point on just kept that momentum going. And I think Collins started struggling a little bit, in particular on the return. She made quite a few errors on the return and just lost her rhythm slightly, but that had a lot to do with how Barty has been playing. So I do think Collins is struggling on the pace and the different kinds of spin that are on Barty's serve. I don't think she's faced that quite heavy spin, and I think that's why she's struggling just a little bit on the return in particular. But I wouldn't put it past her yet. I think she's going to make a little bit of a push. I think she's still standing. She was talking about how she doesn't sit down during changeovers, so that's been continuing. She just doesn't feel like she has a lot of time, so she's still standing in between changeovers, and she's just having a little bit of a talk with the umpire. I can't really hear her, but I'm pleased to say, sitting next to me now is Chris Powers. Chris,
Yeah,
hello.
I'm just trying to keep an eye on Danielle Collins as well, because what's she talking about? She's got a racket on her chair. Barty is walking out. We'll go to Kate in a second, but I'm just trying to keep an eye on Collins. Collins has gone back. Does she want to take a break then? No, the umpire's calling time. Kate, quickly, a message or two?
Yes, certainly. We've got Albert from Ghana. He said, listening to your brilliant commentary this Saturday morning. It's been quite the fortnight of tennis. Hoping for a Barty party today. Go Barty. And we have Kurt. I'm not sure where Kurt's listening from, but he is at a gym. And he said, listening to you guys is better than any song. Well, Kurt, you haven't heard me sing yet, and you may do by the end of this match. So
Well,
stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're sort of trying to do your gym work, running or rowing or climbing, whatever it is. I think I know what Collins was talking to the umpire about.
Oh, what is it?
When we had the coin toss, I
Did you
noticed
hear that? I couldn't
the
hear it.
umpire did not didn't tell the players which baskets they should use for their towels.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And Collins has now got towels. She serves out wide to the pushed forehand of Barty. Forehand Collins to the forehand of Barty. Collins makes ground to that forehand down the line, but Barty's there with a slice. Backhand Collins up the line. Barty's there. Cross court winner.
It's just impressive accuracy from Barty. I mean, as soon as she got Collins on the run, just kept going to the open court, and knowing how far inside the baseline Collins is, that last forehand, she knew she had to get that depth. I mean, it was perfectly placed.
Collins at love 15. She serves out wide. Chipped return from Barty's going long. Collins needs to win this game, having lost the last four of the last five. Serving in this black, well, it looks like a black cocktail dress. It's a black tennis
I like
dress.
it.
I like it as well.
With the bright fluorescent yellow shoes, I think
Yes.
it's cool.
Collins serves out wide. Push back by Barty. Backhand from Collins cross court. Oh, she's made that right in the corner.
Nice.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of her best shots. I mean, she uses that left arm so well to control the ball cross court. That's how she's able to get such a good angle as well.
These two, well, Barty's 25, Collins 28. They've both had to really work to the position they're in today. Good serve out wide by Collins into the net from Barty.
I agree with you. I think this is an important game from Collins. I think, that first set just got away from her the last few games. So I think just to get a good start here, try and change that momentum back.
Serve from Collins down the middle, too long. I also think Barty was nervous on her forehand up to about the fifth game. And she sort of settled in around the fifth game. The serve wasn't really doing as much as it normally does until the midpoint of that first set. Forehand return. Forehand Collins up the backhand wing of Barty. Barty slices. Forehand from Collins cross court. Forehand Barty. Collins has the backhand wing open and she finds it. Good game for Collins. Holds to 15.
That was a great game. Yeah, I think also when you get on the board too, you want to have a strong game, not have your opponent make errors after you lose that first set. And I think Collins did a good job of doing what she's been doing best, is staying aggressive, being inside that baseline after serving and opening up the court very well in that game.
Opening up the court is the obvious thing to do against one of the shorter players on the tour.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be good though, because
Yes.
Barty moves so well.
She does.
But I think Collins did a good mix of that, of getting it off the court and then using depth as well. It's a strong game.
Barty in front of the president's box. It has Rod Laver in it. It has Chris O'Neill, the last Australian woman, or the last Australian male or female to win a singles title at the Australian Open. She's sitting in the front row. Barty serves, just misses it. Second serve from Barty. It's to the forehand of Collins. Cross court is just wide from Collins, who's looking for the angle.
I think that some of the mistakes the other players made too against Collins was hitting that second serve a lot to the Collins backhand side, and Barty's doing a better job of hitting it more to the forehand. She's exploiting Collins' forehand side more on the serve.
Barty serving out wide. Again, she's missing the first serve. Her first serve percentage is, for the match, 52. 50, actually. 16 out of 32.
Second serve to the backhand of Collins. Collins goes deep. Barty with a half volley off her baseline. Now Barty with an into-out forehand. Collins is there with a two-hander. A slice from Barty across court. Collins is there up the line. Forehand Barty tries to wrong foot Collins. Has she missed it? I think she has missed it.
Just wide. The slice is so effective from Barty. I mean, she gets it so deep in the court. It's tough to get aggressive on that. She was still in control at that point. Didn't miss that forehand by much.
Collins is handling the slice quite well. Certainly
On the
on a
backhand.
two-hander.
Yeah, on the backhand. Yeah, very well.
Barty serving. Just twists her body round too much, too soon. Serve goes off the net and wide. Second serve to the backhand. Chips back by Collins. Forehand from Barty. Up the forehand wing of Collins. Collins chops this one. Barty will go cross court, but she's missed it. Hooked it wide.
As we get from Collins on the full stretch and just got that slice deep enough into the court. I feel like Barty just caught that forehand slightly late. So a little pressure on her serve right now, 15-30.
Barty, almost a full house at Rod Laver Arena. 85% allowed. Forehand return from Collins is deep and Barty nets. Really good deep return of serve from Collins. Bouncing up and down. She will be in the world's top 10 next week, regardless of the result of today's match. Given she's 30 at the moment, ranked 30. That is a tremendous achievement.
That is amazing.
And she'd be the top-ranked American woman.
Yep. That's amazing.
Barty serves down the centre. An ace. 185 kilometres. Flat serve. There's no spin on that.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened when Collins had a break point in the first set, too. Barty just served extremely well, serving so well under pressure.
There's a second break point. What can Barty do by way of serve? Well, the first serve's into the net. Now, will Collins try to move forward? She's already standing pretty much with her toes on the baseline. In fact, her feet are both on the baseline. Backhand return from Collins. Barty with a defensive backhand. Forehand Collins up the forehand wing. Barty throws a very high lob. Collins will let it bounce. It's onto the sideline, but she'll smash this away easily. And she goes down on her haunches and she punches the air. She is really pumping herself up now. She's into this match. She has a break early in the second set.
That's what she needs to. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that reaction from Collins because I feel like she holds it in sometimes, then all of a sudden when she just lets it out, that's where she starts playing really well, even more aggressive.
Thank you.
Mariana Veljevic calls for calm. Crowd trying to get behind Barty, but she's love two down. Collins serves. Backhand return is chipped. Backhand Collins up the line, but well long.
Yeah.
Bit wild.
Missed that by a lot. Yeah, just going for that down the line shot. Wasn't quite in position. Just got that ball a little bit ahead of her.
Collins at 15 love. Love 15, I beg your pardon. Serving from the southern end. Out wide, chipped by Barty, but chipped with a lot of air. Forehand from Collins. Barty goes down the line and misses it.
It's big. Big forehand from Collins. It was the serve that set it up. Barty on the stretch just couldn't get that return deep enough. So Collins, that's where she likes to be, way inside the court.
Collins has overpowered her last couple of opponents.
Yes, she has, yeah.
So there is a risk for Barty in this. Collins serves out wide. Forehand chips from Barty. Backhand from Collins. Now slice from Barty. Barty slices again, this time across court. Two-hander from Collins. Sliced by Barty with a lot of air and it's drifting long.
That's the one you were talking about, that Collins handles that slice so well. That backhand, it does not bother her at all on that side. She's got great control.
She's comfortable on the low ball with her two-hander Collins. Collins serves down the middle, forehand return. Backhand Collins cross court, that's long.
Just a couple quick points here from both players. And Collins usually likes to play fast, but she's just taking a little bit extra time before getting up to the line to serve.
30 all. Third game of the second set. First set to Barty. Collins leading 2 love. Collins serves down the middle, chipped by Barty. Forehand from Collins with a lot of air. Forehand from Barty, flattened into out. Backhand from Collins, as long.
That was a surprise. Now she's just going to her bag, just going to get a different racket. Collins.
Well, probably a tighter racket, given that she's been overhitting.
Yeah, most of her mistakes have been long. She just hasn't been able to control, but maybe just getting a racket with newly strung racket just has a little bit tighter, which gives you more control.
This is a break-back point for Ashley Barty. 30-40 on the Collins serve. She goes to the backhand of Barty. It's chipped. Short one for Collins to come in on. Barty nets with a two-hander.
See, I like that play. I mean, in the first set, we saw Collins come in a couple times, and she came in and won the point. And I feel like if she gets the opportunity, I think that's a good play, especially to the backhand side where Barty usually likes to slice.
It's deuce on the Collins serve. She goes to the backhand of Barty. That's chipped. Collins comes in with a backhand, but that's gone long. And she's now applauding, herself? Was that sarcastic? That's not going to endear her to the crowd.
Yeah, my guess is it might have been a little sarcastic. The crowd's just excited. I think Barty has a break point.
Not being unfair to Collins.
No.
Second break point for Ash Barty. Collins serves into the backhand, chipped from Barty. Backhand Collins. Another slice from Barty, low over the net. Backhand from Collins. Another slice from Barty. Collins goes to the forehand. Barty cross court. Collins is there down the line. Barty will chip this across court. Collins has read that one. Goes to the forehand of Barty, but doesn't get the angle she wants. Now Barty will go back to the forehand of Collins. Collins chops this one. Sits up for Barty. Will hit it on a two-hander. Collins is ready. Goes cross court. Barty cuts it off. Misses the volley. Oh, goodness me.
Wow.
That is nerves.
That was a really well-played point from both players, and Barty in control, and such a good approach shot, too. I mean, you rarely see her come over that backhand as an approach, and she had the volley, just caught it in her body a little bit, so it sprayed wide.
Collins was really cheering there, despite the fact that she won it on the Barty error. Collins serving just too wide. And we forget that because Barty is so much the story here, it is a terrific achievement for Danielle Collins.
Yeah.
She's had so many problems. Endometriosis last year, had to have surgery for it. Forehand return from Barty is long. She's had a run of injuries. Came from a family of two working parents, didn't have the money to go to academies.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Partly self-taught.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing story.
Went to college so that she would buy herself some time. I mean, this is big for Collins. Barty is not the only story here, even though it's the main one, given that we're in Australia. Backhand from Collins, cross court. Barty is there. Collins waits for this one, goes back across court, wins. That's a really good service hold. And she leads by 3 games to love. Jill, we're about to have Mark Holworthy come into yours.
Okay.
Quick word from you.
An Aussie end.
Well, an American out, Aussie in. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything in terms...
I was just going to add to the story a little bit how Collins has really talked about how much she's been through and the tough time that she had last year. And she did a lot on herself, especially last year where she decided to travel with her. No one was traveling with her, didn't have a coach. And she just learned a lot about herself. So, I agree. I think it's important to talk about that story, just everything she's been through. And I think when you have a crowd like this against you, she's faced adversity and challenges and like that. So I think, that's not going to bother her at all. So, I think this is going to go 3.
Well,
that's my guess.
It's going that way at the moment. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
Let's go up to Kate while Jill makes way for Mark.
Thanks, Chris. Imogen's listening in to AO Radio while driving from Tasmania to Sydney, which is interesting because there's some water in between Tasmania and Victoria, so I hope Imogen's made it safely. This is hoping for Ash to get through.
It's one of those James Bond style cars, Kate.
Actually, she has made it to across safely because she's got to Yass, and she said she screamed "Yes, Barty" as she went through Yass. I have to say I like that.
Where is
Good
Yass?
work,
For those of us who don't know Victoria as well as you do.
Near Canberra, just before coming to Canberra.
Right, so you went that way.
Thanks, Mark.
Right, we have Ash Barty serving at 3. Love 3. Serves out wide. Forehand return is into the net.
Ash just needs to weather the storm a little bit here. There's a bit of a run on with Collins. She's got the momentum. She's just making a few errors that we haven't seen so far in this tournament.
Barty serving out wide. That's a great serve. And listen to that roar. It's just a service winner from 15 love to 30 love. Barty serving. Oh, she go with this one. Down the centre, and ace.
Well, this is the kind of game that Barty needs. Great composure. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be too flustered. She wouldn't be panicking at this stage of the match. Just one breaker serve.
Barty serves down the middle, forehand return. Forehand Barty down the backhand wing. Collins cross court. Two-hander from Barty is going into the corner.
And the look on Collins' face after that winner is like, how dare you do that?
Well, if Barty's going to hit those kind of points, better for Collins that they're all in the same game.
Yeah, that's right. Run out of them, hopefully, for Collins' sake. But now, for me, this is the real important game. Barty's back on the scoreboard.
Collins bouncing up and down. Ready to serve now. 3-1, second set. Forehand return. Forehand from Collins down the backhand wing. Barty can't get that back.
She's done that well tonight so far, Collins. That sliding serve out wide and that first strike, she's been very, very clean.
Collins, she's sort of this bustling body language. Never really stops. Serves now down the centre. Too long. Someone showing out 2 meters. Yeah, it was a long serve, but it's not really fair. Second serve to the backhand of Barty. That's chipped by Barty, but wide.
Oh, and Collins responds. She loves this.
Well, she's actually quite enjoying. She's a bit like the Medvedev out here. She says, you're going to be hostile to me, I'll give you as good back.
Well, this is college tennis 101 right here. She played several years at home in college system.
University of Virginia. She serves out wide, forehand return to the forehand of Collins, goes up the backhand wing. Barty cross court with a two-hander. Collins mishits a two-hander.
And in that college system, the crowd is yelling in your ball toss every single time the ball is in the air and you're
it's
about
like
to hit.
isn't it?
Oh, it's yeah. There's no politeness. There's no decorum in the way the crowd behaves, and you just got to get used to it and
work
embrace
with
it.
Yeah, work with it. Collins at 30-15 serves into the net. Second serve.
Ash tried the chip up the line last second serve. See if she goes after it with the two-handed backhand.
Backhand return from Barty is chipped. Backhand from Collins down the line. Forehand from Barty. Volley from Collins. A lob from Barty. Collins will smash this away. And she punches the air. That is so aggressive body language.
Love it.
She is fighting here.
That's the kind of response that I do when I get car parking right at the front of the supermarket after driving around for 15 minutes. It's that kind of raw. I'm with you, Danielle Collins, on that one. It's like Barty's trying to get her into the net, but she's holding her own at the net.
Collins serves. Forehand return from Barty. Forehand Collins cross court is a winner. Barty was expecting the down the line. Well, this is impressive from Danielle Collins. It's a quick match, 52 minutes so far. If you think that the boys' singles this afternoon was 3 hours 43, don't know if you saw the end of it, Mark. It was horrible. The Czech player Jakub Menchik was cramping. He could barely get the ball over the net. But
he couldn't get off the ground at one stage. He was full body cramps, laying on the ground.
The American Kuzuharu winning the title. Kate, tell us more.
Well, Craig is having a little Barty party on the train between Austria and Switzerland. The kangaroo onesies are on and the morning beers are flowing. Oh, Lord, the boys are into it early. Looking forward to Barty breaking the Australian Open drought. Well, she's got a little bit of work to do
I know that,
right now.
I know that train line, and it goes through the town where Barty's rackets are made.
Really?
Yes, Bregenz.
And you've been on that train?
Well, I've been on the train line, yes. It's the most beautiful part of the world. You go through, Bregenz is the westernmost part of Austria, and that's where the factory that makes Barty's rackets is.
Very good. Well, Dennis is in New York and there's a blizzard outside, fireplace roaring, and couldn't be happier. Synced in with the TV and loving the commentary. What will I do without you next week? Perhaps take a recording and just listen to us over and over again, Dennis.
We can come into his office
There are
and
things that can be
just
done.
commentate on his workday if we'd like.
Barty 1-4, second set. She serves down, oh, double fault. She wanders back to where Chris O'Neill is sitting. Chris O'Neill, the last Australian singles champion. She has been saying very graciously, look, I have so much time for Ash. If my record is to end after 44 years, then it couldn't happen to a better person. Well, she's sitting in the front row of the President's Box. It's a star-studded President's Box. Stars of screen and Olympic sport, music. Backhand down the line from Collins. Barty chops this one. Collins should put this away. Barty's read this with a two-hander. Collins cuts up the volley, doesn't put it away. Barty down the line.
Yeah, not much on that backhand volley from Danielle Collins. When the two-handed jab. And Barty, plenty of time, picks the right spot.
Just a warning there to Barty, to Collins, that she's got to put the volleys away.
And I think Ash is okay if Collins comes. A couple of times Ash has gone short with the slice, trying to entice her to come forward.
Barty serves into the net. Second serve. Goes to the backhand of Collins. Collins down the line. Barty with a defensive backhand. That's a phenomenal defensive backhand. Lofted by Collins. Barty waits for this. Takes it on the forehand. A very high forehand from Collins. Barty will take this on the full, and she's overhit it.
Wow, what a backhand return from Collins, and then the defense from Barty. Amazing.
That was elastic.
Wow, Collins is just serving it up. Not a lot of people would have expected this, but she's handled the occasion so well.
Barty serving into the net. 15-30 on the Barty serve. This second set has not gone her way. She serves into the net. That's two double faults in this game.
15-14.
Just feel the tension building, can't you?
You can.
I think the crowd understands as well.
They're trying to help Barty. She serves now 15-40, backhand return deep. In Barty nets the backhand. She's all at sea at the moment, but we do know from watching tennis over the years that when a set like this comes to an end, the momentum can shift again.
Yeah, and Danielle Collins just all over the returns of serve. She's reading that serve, and she's just clubbing the ball back right on her shoelaces. Barty's struggling to work out what I need to do.
But the thing is, though, it's a big challenge for Collins. Can she keep it up?
Yeah.
Having said that, Barty got off to such a good start against Mukova last year, and then just the confidence started ebbing away in the second set, and she never got it back.
Please.
Mariana Veljovic has got an interesting job on her hands now from the umpire's chair. Second serve from Collins. Barty takes it on the forehand, goes cross court, forehand Collins. Barty will go back cross court and wins.
Well done. Good return. Got Collins stretching on the first one, had options to go line or cross court. And Collins was leaning on that down the line shot. Just gave Ash enough real estate to hit that winner cross court. Love 15.
Collins serving out wide, backhand return, backhand from Collins down the line, forehand Barty into the ground.
How many at nets has Collins done? Do you know how many times she's come to the net?
I can tell you.
Yep. This is coming from your memory, isn't it?
Total net points won, according to the stats screen in front of me. She's been to the net 12 times and she's won the point 10 of them.
Wow.
Barty's been to the net 4 times and won 3 of them. Collins serves. So 3 times as many times.
Yeah.
But Collins.
It says a lot about the weight of the ground strokes. Just that commitment to stick to the game plan.
Collins serves. Forehand return down the line from Barty is a clean winner.
It's a hell of a return on that second serve.
15-14.
Great gutsy play. Still keeping the scoreboard pressure on Collins.
Collins from the advantage court serves just too long. 15-30 on the American serve.
This is where I'd like to see Barty really be aggressive with the stance.
Surely the serve's going to go to her backhand. It does. Barty chips deep to the backhand of Collins. Forehand Barty into out. Back. Oh, it's long for Barty. She doesn't look unduly ruffled, but then she never does.
No, exactly.
The question is what's going on inside her head, or her heart even.
And Collins has done a great job of handling the slice backhand tonight as well. She's been very consistent, hasn't forced the issue.
30 all. Collins 2 points away from the second set.
First service.
Collins, I like that. The first serve went off the top of the net. Barty returned it. Collins picked up the ball and is serving with it. Just keeps the game moving. It's great. That serve was too long. Second serve from Collins. She is in black. Barty is predominantly white, but with a sort of fern-like pattern. Barty runs around her backhand, hits the forehand to the forehand of Collins. Sliced by Barty, cross-court. Backhand from Collins is going long. Just as you praise her for the way she's dealt with the Barty slice, she goes and overhits.
And that was a Barty chip. A real difference to the slice. She had a little bit more meat and potatoes on that one. Very deep. Gave Collins a half volley. All right. Now the crowd seems to break a serve.
.30-40. Point for Barty to get one of the breaks back. Collins serves too long. Second serve from Collins. Bounces the ball twice on her racket strings, then 3 times with her hand. Serves to the forehand of Barty, who goes into out. Backhand Collins is netted.
She got it deep. Once again, that was 2 deep returns. Collins unable to control that half volley. And Ash, calm as ever, just walks to the chair, no emotion. And she's just gesturing to her team that the ball seems to be flying off the court and getting too much bounce. So she's gone a fresh restring. Maybe got a racket in her bag that's a little bit tighter than the ones that she normally would. Conditions can change as it gets a little bit cooler.
Tell us, Kate, who's been talking to us?
Well, David's listening in from Beirut in Lebanon. Says my parents are visiting from Melbourne to visit their first granddaughter, 2 months old, but we've all caught COVID and sitting in 3 different apartments, all listening to AO radio. Go Ash, and David thinks that she can still win. Well, she'll have to do it in, well, it looks like, well, she's a chance to come back in this set, but with a bit more work to do. And Hanson said, listening to this final in Hong Kong, enjoying the commentary, fingers crossed for Ash. And Carol in Brussels, enjoying the commentary and watching French television Vision, but listening to us. Also easier without the loud grunts and shrieks on every stroke.
Well, yes, French tennis commentary is a different style. They don't tend to observe the convention that when the ball's in play, don't say anything on French television. It's just the cultural differences. We wish David and all his family a very speedy recovery from COVID in Beirut. Backhand from Collins, the backhand of Barty. Collins goes deep and too deep.
Let's see if Ash picks on that backhand wing a little bit in this game. Collins has made a couple of errors off that side.
Barty at 15 love, serves, backhand return, Barty up the middle, forehand Collins also up the middle, Barty just soaking up the pressure, Collins making the running, but Barty there with a two-hander, down the line Collins, forehand cross-court, Barty winning.
When the ball's within that swing range of Collins, she is not letting anything behind, she's really going after it, and Ash stealing herself. Producer court on the backhand cross-court from Barty.
30 love. Barty tosses the ball, pulled out of that because I think somebody dropped a beer glass or plastic glass over the onto the surface. Certainly heard it. Barty at 30 love, serves down the middle and ace.
That serve up the tee is saving Barty thus far. She's come with the goods when needed. 40 love, another quick service game at this stage.
This for 3-5. Barty serves. Forehand return is long, but the serve was also long. Second serve. Barty kicks this one. Backhand from Collins. Cross court. Barty nets. That was well struck from Collins.
Yeah.
She probably won't win this game, but it's good for her just to get her rhythm back.
I like the way that she gets inside the baseline for that return of serve. Taking the ball early, not letting the ball jump away from her, and not letting it get too high.
Barty serves out wide. Forehand down the line from Collins, and Barty nets.
Right, well, maybe that backhand return on the 40 love point is a critical one. Gets it to this stage here.
Will Collins be as bold on the return as she has been? It's easy to be bold at 40 love down. This is 40-30. Barty not happy with her ball toss. He takes it. It goes into the net.
Well, we'll soon find out. She's got a second serve.
She's looking for the backhander. Collins is bound to attack this. Collins standing on her baseline, shuffles forward, backhand return. Barty up the forehand wing. Collins goes to the backhand of Barty. It's long.
Ooh, that was an opportunity missed there from Danielle Collins as she walks to a chair to receive a new racket. Grabbing a new one out of the bag.
And again, she's having a word with the umpire. I think she might want more rackets strong.
Yeah.
Well, the umpire's on the phone. I normally get worried about this. I think it's an injury. I don't think it's an injury.
No, she's going for rackets. I think she may have had some already out and wondering if they're going to be delivered soon. 12 to 15 minutes by the time the stringers get the rackets.
That's amazing. My stringer takes 48 hours. I'm sure he does it in about half an hour, but... Collins serves out wide. Forehand is netted. So really good serve from Collins.
That's the one that Barty's got to be sitting on. That's the favourite serve from Collins. Let her try to hit that one up the centre. Got to take away that wide one.
Collins in front of the president's box. Kathy Freeman is in there. Ian Thorpe is in there. Rod Laver is in there. Judy Dalton, 9-time Grand Slam doubles champion. Serve from Collins. Now she hits a backhand down the forehand wing from Barty. Forehand from Collins. Forehand Barty into out. Collins with a two-hander goes deep to the backhand of Barty. Collins runs around her backhand, forehand to hit a backhand. Now she goes on the forehand down the backhand wing of Barty. Barty chips to the forehand of Collins. Backhand from Barty is long. And there's Collins winning a long battle.
And not phased with the slice that's coming from Barty's racket. She's doing a great job. She's getting low. She's not trying to over-hit that one as well. She's just wanting to put it deep. Don't want to get a free point off that slice.
Collins 2 points from the set. She serves. Ooh, that's a long way long. Second serve, I suspect she will go for. She's had 2 double faults in the match so far, Collins, but they're both in the first set. Serves the forehand of Barty, who puts this away. That was actually a soft serve.
And I like that move from Barty. That ball's landing in the middle of the service box. She runs around and takes it up the line. And even if Collins gets a racket on the ball, she'll be doing it with one hand off the racket and slicing it. Nowhere near as effective.
Collins needs a first serve here. She doesn't get one. Just too long. Second serve.
Go again, Ash.
Collins taking her time. Will she give this second serve a little bit more than the last one? She puts it down the forehand. Now backhand from Collins. The forehand of Barty into out. Collins with a defensive backhand. Barty runs around her backhand. Hits a forehand onto the baseline of Collins. That is brilliant from Barty.
Yeah, that is class right there. She's well off the court when she hit that one. And she's got the back edge of the line. That's a monster forehand in the context of this match.
5-3, 30 all. Collins serves off the top of the net and drops back her own side. That's 3 first serves she's missed from being 30 love up. Now then, the second serve. is kicked. Barty runs around her backhand. Forehand from Collins up the line. No long.
She went down the line on that 15-all point. And Collins is not happy. She's walking to the chair. No doubt about the crowd. Smart play from Barty. Collins was maybe expecting it to go up the line, and she's gone cross.
Please, as a courtesy to both players, do not shout out during play. Thank you.
Perhaps you should have said that includes between first and second serves. Break back point for Barty. Collins serves. A slice by Barty deep to the 200 of Collins. It's netted.
And look at the crowd. They're raising on their feet. They are up. And that's the loudest roar I've heard tonight. From 5-1 up to now 5-4.
And back on serve. Kate, tell us.
Well, Yoni is listening to this match at latitude 61 north in southern Finland, waiting for a snowstorm. Says we're well prepared, so don't worry about us. Just keep talking. I mean, how does one prepare for a snowstorm, Chris?
Get your warm clothes on. Make sure you've eaten enough.
We hope Yoni gets through the snowstorm, and yes, stay tuned listening to AO Radio, and Soph's listening on the road with Dad in Canberra, and I'm cheering for Ash Barty, and she thinks that Ash is the best. Well, we've got a lot of support for both players, I have to say, coming through tonight, which is great to see. Paul's driving from the Czech Republic to Poland, says the country is bringing the game to life. Can't decide which heroic woman to cheer for. We've got time for one more, Chris. Quick one from Marvin. I'm an Aussie listening live in Bangkok.
Did you hear that noise? What an atmosphere here at Rod Laver Arena. Barty serves, backhand return. Half volley from Barty, sits up for Collins, who hits a winner on the forehand.
She's got great success with that return, right back at the shoelaces of Barty on every serve. And it's tough. Barty's just half volleying the ball, popping it up in the middle of the court.
Barty serves down the centre, forehand return. A slice from Barty cross court. She comes into the net behind her. Collins nets.
It's the first time for a long time that Barty's had the opportunity to get into the net.
Well, at 5-1, this is looking like a 20-minute set. It's now up to 40 minutes. Barty at 15 all, serves out wide. It's too good.
It's also interesting at the change of ends that Collins just grabs a quick mouthful out of a drink and then straight to her corner, back out on court, and Barty's left at the chair. Doesn't sit down and use the time.
No, Collins hasn't sat down all tournament.
It's amazing.
It's she says if she sits down, she gets out of her rhythm. Collins making Barty wait. Down to 7-6-5. There'll be no time violation because there's somebody shouting out. Both players slightly groan. Barty at 30-15 serves out wide, missing it. Didn't need a line umpire there. Mark Holowati's hand was straight out. Second serve. Forehand from Collins, forehand from Barty cross court, forehand Collins up the backhand wing. Barty will slice across court. Collins with a two-hander, Barty with a forehand down the forehand wing of Collins. Forehand from Barty down the backhand wing. Collins has to readjust. Forehand from Barty into out.
That's not an easy shot to hit when you're running to your left. To hit that forehand from that backhand corner of the court. Doing it well, pulling the ball up the line, and then that last one, the clean winner, the off forehand. 2 game points to bring it to 5 all.
Thank you.
Barty at 40-15. It's great to have a carnival, but just a little bit on the rowdy side at the moment. She serves out wide, deep forehand, half volley from Barty. Collins should put this away. She does.
Again, that return straight back up the centre, right on the shoes of Barty, who had to almost play a cricket shot to get out of that one.
Well, if ever a tennis player needed to play a cricket shot, it's Barty. Barty's the one you want, having played a couple of years of short-form cricket in Brisbane.
Great response. Great response with an ace out wide. 175 k's an hour. And the crowd just erupt. Now we'll really get to see what Collins is all about. Enormous pressure going from 5-1 up to now 5 apiece and serving. She's lost 2 service games in a row, Collins.
She has.
Been broken twice. Enormous pressure.
She's bouncing up and down now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Collins waits for everyone to calm down, serving from the Yarra end to the slice backhand of Barty. Forehand Collins, she's put it wide.
Very low and short on that backhand slice return from Barty. Collins unfortunately just dragged it wide.
That was nerves.
Yeah.
She's been handling that shot pretty well throughout this match. Collins at love 15, serves out wide, backhand return. Backhand from Collins up the forehand wing. Barty throws up a high lob. Collins will take that on the fall. She'll put it away. She does. Nicely controlled. Barty was running to her backhand wing when I certainly thought that was going cross court. But Collins turned direction. Steered it down the backhand wing.
Gutsy play from Collins. She got another short ball on her first shot. Just really dominating the net.
5-all, 15-all. Tipped return from Barty lands on the baseline of Collins. Down the line from Collins. Sliced by Barty. Backhand Collins. Barty slices again. Collins has to wait for this one. Goes back to the backhand of Barty, who slices. Collins again waiting. She goes deep to the backhand of Barty, who slices down the forehand wing. Collins down the backhand wing. Barty more of a defensive slice. Collins up the forehand wing. Barty nets on the forehand.
That's probably the one side and the one little movement, that running forehand, trying to go cross court. It's probably not her best shot. But boy, it's almost like she enjoys hitting the ball closer and closer to the baseline with that slice. It's almost a challenge within the point.
Collins moves to 30-15. She serves. Out wide, just too long. That wasn't somebody whistling. There's a siren in the city business district of Central Business District of Melbourne. Just about hear these seagulls as Melbourne goes quiet. Forehand return from Barty's netted.
40-15.
It's a very well-timed serve from Collins out to the forehand side. She's been going middle of the box, backhand side to Barty for a while. Just mixing it up. 2 game points to go 6-5 up.
And break the run. Collins serves down the middle. Backhand returns netted from Barty. And that is a very good game from Danielle Collins. She could so easily have caved in, especially after hooking that forehand wide on the first point. Kate, tell us who's been communicating with us.
Well, John from Galway says, hi gang, listening to this excellent final from a beautiful Saturday morning in County Galway. You guys are doing a great job as always. Well, thank you very much. John from Galway, and Jennifer is listening from St. Petersburg in Florida. Said, very inspired and proud of our Sunshine City girl. Go Collins.
Yeah, she's doing herself proud, absolutely.
And Amy, it's a good morning from New Brunswick in Canada, waiting for a snowstorm here too. In this part of the world, we prepare by buying storm chips, which are crisp in Australia. Well, actually, they're chips is what we describe them, and beer. And Amy said she's got her beer ready and waiting, loving this match from 2 exceptional women.
Yes, and I mean, the pressure on Barty, it's not, we quote this 44 years, but it's more than just that. It's the fact that for the first 10 years of the Australian Open tennis, there was always an Australian in the final. And in fact, 5 of the first 10 finals were all Australian. And yet, since Wendy Turnbull lost in 1980, there has not been an Australian in the women's singles final here. That is the pressure that Ash Barty is trying to consign to the dustbin of history.
And unfortunately, there's a very, very tough competitor in her way right now.
Yes.
And I said it was a test at 5-all serving, and Collins lived up to the test.
Well, there's a serve down the middle from Ash Barty, an ace down the tee. Her 10th ace of the match. She's used that serve so well throughout the tournament, particularly in the semis against Madison Keys. Barty serves off the top of the net and the ball just drifts wide. Second set. The forehand of Collins off the top of the net gives Barty a chance to get into this point. Cross court from Collins. Barty down the line, but long. So Collins is now back within 3 points of the set. She hasn't had a set point yet.
No.
She got to 30 all at 5-3.
And then Barty responded with a quality serve.
But she was 30 love at 5-3, wasn't she? Barty serving down the centre, off the top of the net, wide. Second serve from Barty is into the body. 400 return from Collins. Barty chops this one, but it's going to drift long. That was a really aggressive return of serve.
Got to hand it to Collins. She has just kept on producing that kind of quality return. It's tough for Barty. She's got to hit aces to get a bit of breathing space.
15-30, Barty serves, backhand return is going to go wide.
And that's class right there.
Brilliant serve.
That is absolute class.
And we talk about all these kick serves and sliced serves and sliders and all the rest of it, but don't forget, there is also the straightforward, powerful flat serve.
Yeah.
And that's what Barty's used so well throughout this fortnight. 30 all, she doesn't serve because she's not happy with the ball toss. Second attempt at the first serve. Down the centre, backhand return is netted.
Went to the honey hole with the serve up the tee. She's getting great reward. Very good bang for buck with that serve. Why not? If your opponent can't handle it and can't do much with it, just keep going there. Point for 6 all and then a tiebreaker.
Barty serves out wide, backhand return is into the net.
Well, this is what the crowd wants. Tiebreaker, bit of tension.
You coach a lot of youngsters, Mark. What would it mean to have an Australian women's singles champion here?
Yeah, it's the world, because the way she handles herself, and she's so accessible, and it's so tangible for girls, because she's not a physical freak of nature where she's 6 foot tall and muscling the ball at 300 kilometres per hour. She's doing it with guile. She's doing it with skill.
And she needs that guile and skill to win this tiebreak. And if she does, the match and the tournament and the title are all hers. Forehand from Collins is long.
And I think first and foremost, it's, to be in this stage and being number one in the world, you can be a good, normal human and still be elite. And I think that is probably message number one.
Yeah, that's the message that Roger Federer was able to convey for so many years. And Nadal and Djokovic. They're all good human beings, whether one likes them more or less. Barty serves into the net. Second serve from Barty. To the backhand of Collins. Collins snatches it and it goes long.
That's the first return Collins has missed on that backhand wing for a long time, and it just didn't miss. It sailed long. She didn't hold back as well, just what we're expecting. Barty, 2 love up on serve, 1 more to come.
Barty serves down the centre, backhand return. Into out from Barty.
Wow, quality movement. Wasn't a bad return there from Collins. Got it to the backhand side of the court. But great footwork and balance from Barty. Hit that off forehand. Collins loves 3.
Listen to the crowd. And just imagine what it must be like to be Danielle Collins facing this. But she's doing a good job. Love 3. She serves out wide. Backhand slice from Barty. Backhand from Collins is safe. Barty pushes Collins back. Collins with a 2-hander. A short ball from Barty brings Collins in. Cross court from Collins. Down the line, Barty. Cut back by Collins. Smash by Barty.
There's 10,000 people with hands above their heads, clapping, standing in awe of this woman. What a time to pull out the drop shot. I don't remember seeing her do one in this match.
No, there's been a couple of attempted ones, but not as good as that. It's 4-love. Collins serves. The return from Barty is off the frame and wide. I'll tell you though, in that last previous point, Collins made a fantastic recovery to throw up the lob.
Yeah.
She lost the point, but
it was a challenging smash too. Barty had to get back well behind the service line for that overhead. All right, 2 serves to come. 4-1 up in the second set tie break. After grabbing the first set 6-3. Ash Barty.
Barty at 4-1, serves out wide, just too long. Second serve from the Australian is kicked to the backhand of Collins. So it's into the net. The return is into the net, I should say. Although you'd have guessed that from the crowd.
Yeah. So that return again, that's 2 returns missed from Collins on that outside of the court. The last 2 opportunities, but previously she was just being on song with that return. And the crowd really cheering for Barty now as she grabs a drink, towels down.
She's got to keep focused. A lot of people were saying the only person that could beat Ash Barty is Barty herself. She has shown a few signs of nerves, but she's now 2 points away from the title.
Collins doing a good job there, just taking her time. Put the towel in the far, far corner. Just making Barty wait a little bit, give her a bit of think time.
5-1 in the tiebreak. Barty serves. Down the centre, off the top of the net and long. Second serve from Barty is kicked to the backhand of Collins. Collins pushes Barty wide and Barty goes wide with her backhand.
She finally landed that return.
I wasn't sure whether that backhand was going long from Collins, but it was pretty much on the baseline.
Yeah, she's done a good job with that one. Missed 2 up this end of the court, but got that return.
Collins led this second set 5-1, but Barty got back to 5-all. That's a good serve out wide by Collins, who hits the backhand now cross court. Barty with a chip backhand. Collins tees up for the forehand, goes on the forehand wing. Barty's there though, cross court. Forehand Collins to the forehand of Barty. Barty's got herself right back in this point. Now a slice backhand from Barty. Forehand from Collins is hooked wide.
And what do we have, Chris? 4 match points.
This incredibly proud tennis nation with a glorious history is on the point of having another chapter written.
Thank you.
Ash Barty at 4 championship points. Collins waits for the crowd to go quiet. She serves to the backhand of Barty. That's chipped. Backhand from Collins, cross court. Barty chips this one. Collins will step in on a 2-hander, goes down the line. Barty cross court with a winner! And she screams. And the crowd screams. And Australia screams. The long wait is over. 44 years has been the wait for a home Australian Open singles champion. And now Ash Barty stands in the middle of the Rod Laver Arena. Rod Laver looks down on her. Chris O'Neill looks down on her. Australia has a new home singles champion. And it's somebody they can be proud of, and they can admire, and they can love. And she goes over and there's a massive embrace with Casey Delacqua, her former doubles partner and very, very good friend.
So good. Oh, that is so good for the family, so good for the team, so good for tennis, so good for Australian tennis. Wow, what a moment. That is, and it's just so good to see the relief and the expression that once she got that match point, she finally let out. Wow, she's just been so composed for so long. Unbelievable stuff.
Well, spare a thought for Danielle Collins. It's been a great run for her. She's had such a run of injuries in the last couple of years. including having a cyst the size of a tennis ball removed from her ovary. If that's too much information, I'm sorry, but I just want to make the point that she has had such a tremendous tournament, and I hope she can establish herself as a regular in the women's top 10. The time when you most want to walk off a tennis court and just cry in the privacy of the locker room is denied the loser in a Grand Slam final. Denied the loser in any tournament final. They have to wait out for the trophy ceremony. The podium is being built.
Wow, what a sense of relief. And we're just watching the support team once match point had been won. The amount of time and effort that Craig Tyser has spent with Ash.
Yes, that's a really good coaching relationship, isn't it, Craig Tyser?
Yeah, fantastic.
They're different generations, but there's a real connection there.
Yeah, and when they first started, it was so much more than just a tennis. It was like a father figure as well, and it's the, you know, we talk about the coaches got to have good relationship. It was just the perfect fit. Ash on the road, you know, wasn't the greatest, didn't like living out of a suitcase and travelling too much, and having that father figure like Tyser, who, you know, he's got a couple of daughters himself, it was just the perfect synergy between the two. And, you know, and they've built a team around Ash that, you know, not only put her in the best shape of her life, take care of the mentality, take care of everything, but also create a really, really productive, happy work environment. And, you know, and as we all know, if you have a nice work environment, it's easy to get up and go to work each day.
Absolutely. And this is the moment that Australian tennis has been waiting for. Pat Cash got to two finals, 87, the last at Kooyong, 88, the first here at Melbourne Park, then known as Flinders Park. Leighton Hewitt got to the centenary final in 2005, beaten in 4 sets by Marat Safin. In fairness, Hewitt was past his best at that point, and he'd done very, very well to get to the final. His best was 01-02. But it was a tremendous achievement. But this is Ash Barty's, well, it's the third step, or 3/4 of the way to a career Grand Slam. The only one that's missing now is the US Open.
Yeah.
And she has won slams on 3 different surfaces. But it was clear the way she won Roland Garros and the way she won Wimbledon last year, that Wimbledon was the one that really meant so much. You could see the emotion in her face when she won Wimbledon, which, with the greatest respect to Roland Garros, and I'm sure she and I certainly don't mean any insult to them, it just meant more to her to win Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You know, the South Americans, I think Roland Garros is as much, if not more, of a prestigious tournament for them because of the red clay than Wimbledon. Although Nadal, interestingly enough, wanted Wimbledon as much as Roland Garros because plenty of Spaniards had won at Roland Garros. No Spaniard other than Santana in the amateur era had won at Wimbledon.
And now you see the way that Ash expressed herself once she'd won. This title means so much to her as well. So much for the Indigenous community around Australia. You know, she's a role model. You know, little girls see this. You know, keep raising the roof, Ash.
Well, some of the little girls see this as she's got a niece and a nephew, is it? Or she's certainly got a couple. She's aunt to a couple of youngsters. We're about to have the ceremony.
We'll have a nice little cereal bowl there at her house for the Auntie Ash going over there for some cereal. Nice little bowl that says Australian Open champ.
I think she'll be eating her cereal out of it somehow.
That's all right.
Right, the Master of Ceremonies for the trophy presentation ceremony is Todd Woodbridge.
We see the scenes outside at Garden Square.
We're just seeing the replay of match point in Garden Square.
It's so good.
Which is packed. Those deck chairs, there's been plenty of empty deck chairs in Garden Square throughout the fortnight because of the 50% limit. But now that's been raised to 85%. It was pretty much packed out there. Not so packed that they couldn't socially distance. There still is a lot of COVID around. But this will lift the spirits, no question. And here is Todd Woodbridge.
Wamajika, welcome. What a night, what an atmosphere. There was so much anticipation and excitement around this match. And didn't these two wonderful athletes put on an amazing show here on Rod Laver Arena? Well, firstly, we need to congratulate and thank all of the players, the support staff, the sponsors, and Tennis Australia for staging an unbelievable tournament these past few weeks. Joining us tonight for the presentation is the Chair of Tennis Australia, Jane Herdlicker, Tournament Director Craig Tiley, Tournament Referee Wayne McEwen, and to assist with the trophy presentations, our AO 2022 top ball girl, Serena Aponzo. And I'd like now to invite Jane to come up and say a few words.
Thanks, Todd, and what a spectacular night for Ash Barty and Danielle Collins. This is unbelievable tennis. Congratulations to both of them. Ash Barty 1-5 down. You rock. Well done. A spectacular 2 weeks of tennis for you, Ash. Almost a flawless 2 weeks of tennis. Tonight, I know, was the night of nights for you. Third Grand Slam title, a spectacular opportunity in your home country to bring home another title. Long before Ash was a Grand Slam champion, she was a role model champion of some magnitude and has inspired women and girls into sport for years. Ash, your humility, your work ethic, and your kind and generous spirit truly does inspire everyone around you and instills in all of us great pride. We're sure we're going to see you back here contesting many, many more titles. Just a huge congratulations. Well done tonight. And Danielle, you have had an amazing 2 weeks of tennis at the Australian Open. You have worked hard every single match to get here tonight. Your tenacity, drive, spirit. It's clear to see you two had very strong role models in Venus and Serena, and we're very sure that just like those two, we'll see you back contesting titles for many years to come. Well done tonight. We have had a spectacular 2 weeks of the Australian Open on the women's side, and every single athlete put it all out on the line, vying for an opportunity to be here tonight. And every one of them has worked hard since they were young girls to have the opportunity to compete for this very trophy. And so for every one of them, congratulations for working hard and inspiring the world of athletes. A few quick thank yous. Our sponsors, you're amazing. Without you, we couldn't do this. It's been a really tough 2 years of challenge and loss and struggle, and you've been beside us every step of the way. Thank you. To our team, To our team, there are 10,000 strong people that it takes to pull together the Australian Open every year, and every single one of them, no matter their role, plays an important piece of delivering amazing experiences to our fans, to our players, and to our partners. And every one of you, thank you for what you do each day to bring a smile. For the fans, whether you're at home or you're here tonight, you're amazing. What a night. It's good to be out. Sport brings community together and it brings cities alive, and we're off to a great start in 2022. Let's keep it going. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Don't go away, because I'd like to invite our chair umpire from today's final, Mariana Veljevic, to come up and accept a gift on behalf of Tennis Australia for the role that you played in today's final. Congratulations, Mariana. A job well done. Okay, I have a little surprise. We have a special guest to present the finalist trophy in the Daphne Akhurst Memorial Cup. Would you please welcome a 13-time Grand Slam champion, 4-time winner here at the Australian Open. She is a legend of our game. Put your hands together for Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley.
She was part of that celebrated Australian generation of the 1970s. She is hugging Jane Herdlicke. Such a popular figure. And she, like Ash Barty, has done an awful lot to promote the Aboriginal community of Australia. Aboriginal communities.
A very special moment. Well, now, although falling just short, it has been a brilliant tournament for this fearless competitor. And off the back of the performance here at the Australian Open, she's projected to head into the top 10 for the first time in her career. Please put your hands together for our finalist today, Danielle Collins.
Collins has been largely unmoved during the ceremony. She acknowledged the applause. She smiles at Yvonne Goolagong as she receives her silver salver. And now she is smiling. And how nice to see presentations back.
Well, first, I think I owe a big congratulations to Ash on a phenomenal 2 weeks here, and really a phenomenal couple of years. It's been tremendous to watch her climb the rankings all the way up to #1 and live out her dream. And, you know, I really admire you as the player that you are, and the variety of your game, and hopefully I can implement some of that into mine. I think first and foremost, we wouldn't be standing here without all of the awesome people behind this tournament. So I would like to thank everybody that has helped put on this event year after year. It's one of my favorite events to come to and to compete at, and I'm so grateful to be able to come here. It's a childhood dream of mine, and I thank every single one of you, especially you, Craig. I think this is most of the players' favorite Grand Slam, so thank you so much.
Reference to Craig Tiley, the tournament director.
And all of the volunteers this week that have been so encouraging and fun to be around. We've had a lot of great drives in the car to 1,000 Blessings in Richmond for the coffee in the morning. And met some really incredible people along the way, which has been one of the most special things about being a professional athlete is the people that you get to meet. So thank you to all of the volunteers. And all of the player support staff, especially the physios and medical staff. I'm honestly just lucky to be out here competing, and to have gotten this far has been incredible. With some of the adversity that I faced physically early on in the tournament, I would not be able to do what I did today or the rest of the tournament without the medical staff and the dedicated physios who have just worked around the clock, been here every single day for all of us. And I have a lot of people to thank, so I'm probably going to forget, and I'm so sorry if I do, but I want to thank everybody that came to support me these last 2 weeks. My guys over there in the corner, and we all met by chance, and now we're friends for life. So thanks for being my ride or dies and always cheering me on and supporting me and trying to get me out of these mental ruts. It means the world to me. Marty, I don't want to get too choked up, but I wouldn't be here without your support, and thank you for believing in me. Haven't had a ton of people believe in me in my career, and Marty's been somebody that has supported me since I've ever wanted to do this, and taking the time out of his own busy life to be here and to support me every step of the way means the world to me. So thank you so, so much. Thank you, Joe, my amazing boyfriend, for taking time off of work also. To help me to bring some normalcy to my life and to keep everything fun all the time. So I can't wait for so many more adventures and good times ahead. So. Timmy, Jacinta, Rachel, everybody, thank you so much for coming to every single match and being here for me on the good days, the bad days. And David Wagner, thank you for coming. It meant the world having you in my box, and I can't wait to watch you win so many more Grand Slams, so thank you. I'm all done now, and now it's time. To celebrate a big night for Ash, and thank you, everyone. Thanks for everybody that came and supported us. Thank you.
Well done, Danielle. Congratulations on a wonderful tournament. But it can't be easy playing with the weight of the country on your shoulders. Just can't be. But this young lady just takes it all in her stride, doesn't she? We've waited a long time to be able to crown a home hero here at Melbourne Park. And it is my pleasure to ask Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley to present the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Trophy to our champion at the Australian Open 2022, our women's singles champion, Ash Barty.
Maybe a while before Barty gets the microphone. There's a standing ovation for her as she holds the trophy. Here we go.
you everyone so much. I think first and foremost I have to say congratulations to Danielle and to your team. It's been an amazing fortnight for you. You're in the top 10. It's absolutely where you belong. So congratulations, and I know that you'll be fighting for many more of these in the future. I'm a little stumped here. I think I would love to obviously thank Jane, Craig, your team, everyone who does so much work behind the scenes. As Jane said, this last couple of years has been extraordinarily tough for everyone, and it takes a real big village to put on an event like this, and you guys have been outstanding, absolutely incredible. You make the players feel welcome, and I think this tournament has been one of my favourite experiences, so thank you so much for that, both of you. Thank you. To all of the umpires, ball kids, everyone who makes this so easy for us players to come out here and enjoy it and do what we do and love what we do, love to come out here and compete. You guys make it seamless, and without you we'd be lost out here. So thank you so much for all the time and effort, the late nights, early mornings. Thank you very much. Of course, to my team, wow, it's just, I've said numerous times, I'm so lucky tonight to have so many people here that love me, support me. Pretty bloody special that Mum, Dad and my sisters are here. I'm pretty wrapped with that they can come down today. I'm an incredibly fortunate and lucky girl to have so much love in my corner, and that comes. We started right together, right from the start in this second part of our career. We did it all together. No one's changed from our team. It's been incredible. I love you guys to death. You are the absolute best in the business, and I can't thank you for all the time and love you put into me. And I think as an Aussie, the most important part of this tournament is being able to share it with so many people, and you guys today in the crowd have been nothing shy of exceptional. This crowd is one of the most fun I've ever played in front of, and you guys brought me so much joy out here today. You relaxed me, you forced me to play my best tennis, and against a champion like Danielle, I know I had to absolutely bring that today. So thank you so much for all of your love and support the last couple of weeks. I mean, this is just a dream come true for me, and I'm so proud to be an Aussie. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next time.
And Ash, all of Australia is proud of you. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal part of our ceremony. Both of the players will take some photos, and then Ash will do a lap of honour if you want to grab a pic as she races around Rod Laver Arena. Don't forget, there's still a doubles to come, and of course, tomorrow night as well. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Don Woodbridge, the Master of Ceremonies. Ash Barty hugs Jane Hudlicker, still holding the Daphne Ackhurst Trophy. And given that tennis players are in the public eye because they can play tennis rather than because they can speak, those were two very good speeches.
Yeah, very well done. I'm not crying, by the way. I'm not choked up at all. No, it's fantastic. And, and this is, for female athletes around the world, this is like the pinnacle right here. And Ash said it, to play in front of a crowd, which we haven't had for a long time here in Melbourne, and the history that goes behind this tournament, with Yvonne, being one of the great champions, and the relationship that they've had together.
They're having a photograph now with Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley in the middle, and all three are smiling. I mean, sometimes it's quite clear from the trophies who's won and who's lost, but often you can tell from the facial expressions because the loser is trying very hard to look dignified. I think Danielle Collins has worked out that this is a tremendous achievement for her. But she's now abandoned the stage to leave Barty and Yvonne having their photo. And that, I think, is a very, very special picture.
Yeah. The history for those two, and for Yvonne to be such a role model for Ash when she's growing up.
Both as a tennis person and also representing the First Nations of Australia.
Very much so.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I asked you at the start of the tiebreak, what will this mean for Australian tennis or Australian sport or Australian society? And your answer was actually as much that she is an admirable person.
Yes.
Rather than she's an Australian Open champion.
Yeah, and that's first and foremost. And in Australia, we it's so much about the character of the person that we really, really admire. If that person, we look at all the sports stars that have come and gone, it's those ones that we feel are so relatable. That could be your brother or your sister or one of your friends, and that's what we love. And Ash is all of that. She's got time for everybody, and she speaks so well, and it's not rehearsed, it's off the cuff, but it comes from the heart. And I think the most important thing, it puts female sport on the front page, the back page, and all the pages where it needs to be, and it puts it front and centre. For so long, especially in this sport, it's been all about the guys. So we've got female Australian rules football taking off, lots of girls playing that, lots of girls playing cricket, and maybe this is the trigger that we need again to rekindle female tennis players, and and start these young kids, get them with the racket in their hand, not only for one time but for a lifetime, and that's probably the most important part. And if not, they'll never make it to this stage, but at least they'll have a healthy lifestyle and all the benefits that sport has that can give you, and also what tennis can give you as well. Some great life skills.
Kate, any reactions from people around the world?
Yeah, quite a few, Chris, and I might just add my own to start with. I was trying to keep it together there until I saw Yvonne come out into court, and it was the moment that Ash, that was missing from Wimbledon last year, of course.
Yes.
And Yvonne couldn't get across to London.
She is an inspirational person. I did an interview with her years ago, which was supposed to be 5 minutes. It ended up about 35 because she's just she's a great talker, but she's an inspirational talker, not just about tennis, but about life.
Yeah, it was just a wonderful moment on court. Just a few moments ago. So Nathan is in Melbourne. He said, as a 24-year-old, I can count on one hand the amount of Australian players in the Oz Open final in my lifetime. And he said, really looking forward to starting the Barty party. I'm guessing it's probably already started. He said, but really impressed with the fight from Collins tonight. She gave it an absolute crack. And he just wants to thank us for our call for the last 2 weeks. So thanks, Nathan. Fanny from the Netherlands said, congratulations, Australia. Well, the whole of Australia is getting congratulated. So proud to see a quality person in Ash Barty achieve the pinnacle of tennis success. She gives the world a great impression of the humility of Australians. And that's a sentence I didn't think I'd be reading out, to be honest, but yes. Thank you.
Did Fanny have a last name by any chance, or not just?
No.
All right, just from the Netherlands.
Just from the Netherlands.
Okay.
And Scott says, hi guys, it's been great listening to your coverage over the last 2 weeks. Oh, this is Scott from Scotland. And he said, we still don't have electricity in the village. This was the issue at the start of the match.
Well, he's got good battery on his laptop.
He's got terrific battery in that laptop. So they've listened to him and his dad, John. They've been very grateful because they've been able to listen for the entire match. And he says, cheers. Thanks, Scott. I'm glad you were able to stay with us for that time.
We hope you get your power back soon.
We do. Frida's listening from Alcatraz in California. Well, that's interesting.
She's there for a long time, I
imagine. She won't be getting off that island. What do you think Barty will do post-Australian Open? Barbecue in Ipswich?
No, I think very much so. I think there'll be a few liquid refreshments tonight upstairs, and then actually we're interested to see what her schedule will be, because there's a big swing coming up for the tennis players, so it'll be interesting to see
where she goes from here.
Will she go to America for the hard courts?
I would imagine.
Indian Wells, Miami.
Yeah.
Prepare for that. She said, well, Frida said, loving AO radio. It's so boring without it on the island. It's not probably too much to do on the island.
That's right. Let's go for a walk around your room.
Thank you. I mean, we appreciate that. We really do.
Yeah, and Marianne was listening in Vancouver, Canada. And she said, what a nail-biter. Well, it was in that second set, wasn't it? And has really enjoyed the commentary. So thanks, Marianne.
Well, Ash Barty is doing her walk around the Rod Laver Arena. And people are getting their photographs of her. I don't know how well they'll come out because the lights are largely dimmed for the effect. But it's been quite a piece of theatre. And we've got the men's doubles coming up. It'll be a few minutes away yet. They've got to dismantle the podium, the photographer's podium. They've got to change the net to the doubles net. But I tell you, people have just nipped out to grab a quick drink or something. They will be back. It's going to be a pretty amazing men's doubles final, an all Australian fair. Almost takes us back to the 70s, isn't it, when Australians dominated the men's doubles. And we have one of those Australians in the commentary box in Alan Stone, who won the men's doubles here back in the 1970s. He'll be commentating with Peter Mercato, and they will no doubt give their thoughts on what Ash Barty's triumph means to them and to the those parts of the Australian world that they inhabit. Final word from you, Mark?
Yeah, well, I'm just watching the slow motion celebration of Ash on the screen, and from her support crew, and it says it all, like just the raw emotion, and it's just a lifetime of work going into these two sets, and you know, it's not by luck and it's not by chance, it's by grit, determination, belief, goals, and work ethic. And yeah, you just flip your lid to the young girl. It's fantastic stuff, and yeah, you couldn't pick a better finish, that's for sure.
Well, the name Chris O'Neill means a lot to us on the AO Radio commentary team, because to get to our commentary position we have to walk down the first third at the Corridor of Champions, and our door is just after the Chris O'Neill board. And we always say, well, she was the last Australian to win the women's singles here. Not anymore, she isn't. That honour now goes to Ashley Barty, 25 years old, from Ipswich in Queensland. What a night for her. What a night for Australian tennis. Stay with us here on AO Radio. We have the men's doubles final coming up in just a
minute. Do you have a family member who has a print disability? Perhaps they have dyslexia or can no longer hold and read a book as you or I would. The Vision Australia Library is free to join and can help provide access to 60,000 audio newspapers, books and magazines. Call us today on 1300 654 656 or visit visionaustralia.org.
Vision Australia.
Blindness, low vision,
opportunity.
This year, the Australian Open is making all centre court matches more accessible to people living with blindness.